The Metropolitan Cosafa Under-20 Championship broke with recent tradition in deciding to hold the tournament outside the borders of SA for the first time. Botswana was selected to play host to the event in 2010.
The cooperation has been good. To even start having a tournament, you know, it's a lot of preparation. So for a local football association like Botswana to say that they are willing to do the event, we've got a couple of months of sitting and planning with them, where at some stage, if we saw that there was lack of commitment, we could have just said, look guys, we can't do this with you. So the fact that we did get to a stage where the tournament is actually happening, and it's happening here, shows that there was a lot of support and work put in and cooperation. And obviously, because it is their first time, there would be a couple of difficulties where both Cosafa and Metropolitan have got to lead and help them through. But I think because of that commitment, that has been easy for us to do.
Since gaining independence from the protection of Britain in 1966, Botswana has quietly gone about its business, establishing a foundation of political and economic stability, underscored by its impressive array of natural resources, most notably diamonds. Large-scale cattle farming, spectacular tourism, the sophisticated financial sector, and more recently the discovery of uranium deposits have served to diversify the country's economic spectrum. The capital city, Gaborone, hosts the headquarters of the South African Development Council, as well as the headquarters of Cosafa.
Well, I think it's quite straightforward. We want to be the best, but the question is how long it's going to take, and what are the resources that are necessary to make that happen. I think we're well on the way. If we look at the changes that are happening at different levels of African competition, teams from our zone are beginning to do better all the time. Botswana is a classic example where they're about to qualify for African Cup of Nations. I think they win their last game. Unusual, they beat Tunisia and they beat Chad. So it really is moving forward. South Africa now hosting the World Cup. So as a zone, we are continually improving, continue to make our mark in world football.
One thing the country has never previously been noted for is its football, but that perception is changing fast.
Well, it's mainly due to a change of mindset. I think we've got the right mentality in our players. But more importantly, I think our development program has progressed very well, and we are producing the right quality of players to, compete at the highest level.
Their national team, the Zebras' recent rise in this regard has placed them on the verge of qualification for the 2012 African Nations Cup, significantly raising the profile of the game in the country and generating a sense of excited anticipation ahead of the hosting of the Southern African region's flagship youth football championship. With the Comoros and Malawi unable to attend, the 12 remaining countries were drawn into 4 groups of 3 teams, with matches scheduled to be played at 3 venues, namely Gaborone, Lobatse and Molepolole. The tournament got off to a thrilling start at a sun-bathed University of Botswana stadium in Gaborone, where throngs of supporters turned out for the opening fixture, a Group A clash between the local favourites, the Young Zebras, and Zimbabwe's Young Warriors. And it was the Zimbabweans who set the early standard for the competition with a 3-0 victory over their hosts. Botswana regained some pride with a 3-0 win over Swaziland in their next match, but Zimbabwe's victory over the same opponents saw them through to the semi-finals as group winners with maximum points.
When you're doing all the preparations leading to the tournament, when you see the first games after that preparation, the satisfaction that goes through your mind, it's even nicer when you have more than 10 goals scored on your first 2 games of the tournament.
Namibia emerged as the surprise winners of Group B, rallying from 2 goals down in their opener against Lesotho to secure a valuable draw before taking revenge for last year's 9-0 drubbing by South Africa by beating Amajita 2-0 to take top spot on goal difference. Amajita's shocking fall from grace has seen them plummet from being 2-time winners and finalists in each of the last 5 editions of the event to elimination at the first hurdle with no points from their 2 matches.
We're very much unfortunate today. We scored at the wrong time, especially the second goal. I thought somewhere we're much better than the opponents. It's only that they scored goals which makes them the winners today.
It's quite disappointing. Last year we lost at the last hurdle. But for this year in particular, it's a difficult pill to swallow. You know, to come over, not collect a single point, not win a single game, it's quite disappointing from the association point of view.
In Group C, 2009 Metropolitan Cosafa Under-20 champions Zambia began the defense of their crown with a hard-fought and often tense 2-2 draw with perennial powerhouse Angola. The young Chipolopolo ultimately finished at the summit of the group by virtue of beating Mauritius by 1 goal more than the Palancas Negras, managed against the Indian Ocean Islanders to maintain their quest for back-to-back titles. Madagascar completed the semi-final lineup as winners of Group D, finishing with maximum points ahead of Mozambique and the Seychelles, scoring an impressive tally of 7 goals without conceding in their 2 matches. The strong national pride and competitive nature of the teams was evident throughout the tournament, sometimes spilling into over-exuberance as the players strained every muscle in defense of their national flags. After the first round of fixtures, this is how the teams stood in their groups.